repaint, and then I just touch up with black. How I do the rivets, the details brush, it's in the shape of a teardrop. You unscrew it, and then you tear out the brush, and you get a perfect little tiny circle, and then you dip it back in, and it just... So you just find, you know, it's like a little tiny stamp. And I do that with black first, and then I do, I mix some metallic silver and put that on top of the black. And I go back and touch up with some black in case I put it on wrong and add some dripping. And then finally, I go back and add the little screw heads, which takes a while. If you mess up, you have to do it all over again. And then after that, I'm pretty much done.
There's a question over here. Yeah.
Red glove.
I was curious with Sam, you guys show how to do your makeup on DVD, but I've already been the spine for this occasion, so I'd really like to be Hatchworth. What exactly are you doing with your makeup? You can't really tell from afar.
Looks like a lot of mustache.
Yeah, that's mustache is about 20%. Well, I actually use a photo to do the line work because I have it drawn out and I have a couple of photos I've taken. So I do the line work and then I fill in the bronze stuff and then I think if I do art, I use the crosshatch technique a lot. It just comes naturally to me. I hate filling in stuff, so I use that with the gold. I take a gold on top of the bronze and I maybe make highlights with the light to make it look like where light would catch to give it the third dimension. Like I have pockets in the face, so I fill in the spots where I pretend the light's up here and I just kind of, okay, well, light would hit here, light would hit here. And yeah, I guess I have a whistle on my nose, apparently I didn't know. And then after I do the gold, I will go in with black on top of it and just really put in the shadows, I suppose. So it's, I don't know if we're gonna have a video of me doing that anytime soon. I don't have a computer camera type thing, so.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah, it'll happen.
It'll happen.
Mustache is kind of I don't know how you're gonna do that because I don't have to worry too much about this. It's with me wherever I go.
Plan ahead.
Yeah. Good luck with that part.
No, I put the black on and I put the silver on the end. Mine's not very complicated. I think what takes me the longest is that I have to do the black first, because if I put the black on top of the silver powder, it kind of takes the powder with it, so that's kind of where you get this transparency effect when you're trying to put black on top of the silver. Also, when the silver rubs away, there's nothing under it. So if you put the black on first and then you put the silver around it, then it has a little less chance of rubbing off. I mean, it still does, because if you have a collar or something, it's rubbing back and forth every time. You probably could notice that. Not in a show, you know, my head's turning all the time, doing a bunch of stuff. But usually when I'm just walking around the con, I'm not really turning my head much, so it kind of stays. It stays.
Yeah, the neck thing I think is one of the newer, riskier ventures we've taken is putting on neck makeup.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted Hatchworth to have a screw neck. And I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and we'll see what happens. And hopefully I'll have, later on when I get a proper costume, the collar will be wide enough so it looks like my head is just plopped in there, and it won't mess with the actual makeup, because that seems to be the main problem, is your collar is fit, and it just kind of all...
Yeah, at the zoo I eventually just took the tie off, but that was due to heat as well. But my neck wasn't rubbing away as much. You have open collars.
The Neuron, is it metal? It's metal, right?
Yeah, it's an aluminum.
Pigments, that stuff gets hot if the sun's hitting it. If you know, you'll know. I was like, oh, these guys are always complaining at the zoo because we were on the stage and the stage was facing the sun all day. I'm like, why are they always getting dehydrated and stuff? But the one time I went outside with that makeup on, you could feel it's like you have some tin foil on your face and it's taking all that sun in. So I don't know how hardcore you want to get with your
we have to make
makeup
up all day for a living. You know, it's fun.
Yeah, that's what you sounded like at the zoo.
We should warn you. Yeah, the Tin Man did have an allergy to the stuff, so be careful. Test it first. You may have an allergy to aluminum or copper or bronze. I don't know. So, but then again, I think they also use lead-based paint for one of those, and that's not good. He was also allergic to it, so yeah, he was allergic. So don't worry about too much. But you know, everyone has an allergy. Yeah, so you gotta test it on your hands, because you know if those puff up, you might be a little safe or something. But most people have not had it.
You'll never forget the Tin Man, though. Remember that? A little bit of discomfort, but he's an infamous robot now.
Yeah, who cares if you die? Just do it. No, I'm joking. Is he a robot? I thought he was more like a horrific golem. That was, yeah, he's like a golem. Well, they don't really explain. He like chopped off his own
Frankenstein.
arm. You had your hand up, but you had a question?
For Bunny, on this section right here, the blending almost looks airbrushed. How do you do that?
Oh, this is an airbrush.
Right,
Oh, you mean the?
right through the
You
eye.
mean the?
Where it's the coppery look right through here, and it's blending out up to the eyes.
Oh yeah, you know there you go. Yeah, and to get the leak, I just kind of draw it and I just. That's a technical term. Sorry. Yeah, I think the thing with Sam and Bunny are they're artists and they've worked with real media and stuff. So yeah, so I mean just like how you would with a painting, I just kind of you just kind of some of us don't know how to do that. So any tool works, but sometimes the finger is just the closest. It's like I could reach over there, but. Yeah, I mean, the only shading that I do is on my cheeks. I literally take, my finger in the solution of pigment and stuff, and I just put that there, and it goes on super dark, but it evaporates quickly, and then it's not as dark. So you just kind of keep putting it on, and it's easier to do too much. So you always start less, because you can always add more, but you can't. Take it away, you kind of have to either wash it off and then reapply whatever base is there, and then. Yeah, I think it's a rule for anything.